Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Pot's Movie Dungeon. So today I've got a Scream Factory collection update, and I do believe this is the biggest update I've done so far. I got roughly 20 something titles here, 26 titles here, something like that. So this is going to take a hot minute, but I'm going to try to go through these pretty quick. I'm just going to give you some information about the movie. Now I'm going to be up front right away just to save me from having to repeat this throughout the video. I literally have not seen any of these movies. These movies have come in from Hamilton Books in two separate orders over the last week and a half, and these are all titles that were all blind buys. You know, as you guys that have been watching my channel know that I'm trying to collect all the standalone Scream Factory releases, which is basically means, for those that don't know, the Scream Factory releases that are not considered collector's editions. These are just the standalone titles, the titles that didn't get the collector's edition treatment as far as a bunch of special features and stuff like that. Now, some of these will have special features, but for the most part, usually a standalone release is not going to get the treatment that a collector's edition does, as far as they're not going to come out with new material, as far as new interviews, new stuff, specifically for Scream Factory. These are usually going to just come with the special features that came with the movie when it was originally put out, for the most part. I have seen a couple of exceptions where Scream Factory has added some stuff to the non-collector's editions, but for the most part, that's a good rule of thumb. But, again, without having to repeat myself, I have not seen any of these movies. So I'm literally going to just show you what the artwork looks like, show you the titles, I'm going to give you the price, and we'll go over some details about the movie. So anyway, guys, I hope you guys stick around. There's a lot of interesting titles in here. I'm excited about seeing a lot of these. And as usual, if any of these really stand out for me, I will go along and do a deeper review on some of these movies. But these first 5 titles that I'm going to talk about are recent releases from Scream Factories. These are the ones I actually ordered from the Scream Factory website. And these were the titles that were released in September. I am in the process now of getting all the October releases and getting those ordered. I just try to order whatever they release for the month. What I'm starting to do now is I'm trying to just do a blanket order of all the Scream Factory titles for that month and order them all at one time. And sometimes that can be a pain in the ass, because the movie that comes out later in the month, I think they hold the package until that last release date. But it's just easy for me trying to keep up with all these titles, because I'm getting stuff from other boutique labels as well. And it just seems that, it's easier for me to just do it this way. And in the last few months, that's what I've done. I just go and see what they're releasing for that month, whether it's a collector's edition, a double feature, a standalone title, or whatever. I'll just go and go ahead and add all that to my cart, order it at one time. I know I'm done for that month. And so that's been easier for me. It's a little more expensive at one time, but I can take that off my plate and I can focus on some of the other boutique labels, because Scream Factory is the one that I collect the most stuff from. I'm trying to up my game on some of the other boutique labels, but by a long stretch, Scream Factory is the one that I support the most. So guys, before I get started here, I want to talk about a friend of mine on YouTube that's having a really cool contest. The name of his channel is Masters of the 80's. And basically what he's trying to do is he's trying to get to 500 subscribers. And so he put together a contest that if he can get to 500 subscribers by October 31st, he is going to give away 3 101 Films releases of your choice. Now, 101 Films is another boutique label similar to Scream Factory. And I want to say they're based out of the United Kingdom. I have not bought a lot of items from this company, but I do know they do have some great releases. But basically what he's going to do is, if he can get to 500 subscribers by October 31st, he's going to give away 3 titles from 101 Films. 3 titles of your choice. And he's going to ship these anywhere in the world. So anybody in the world, whatever country you're in, you're open for this competition. All you have to do is, I'm going to link the video down below that talks about his contest. All you got to do is watch his video, subscribe to his channel. You got to be subscribed. And list a comment down below that says Master 101, I believe is what it says. He'll talk about all that in his video. But I want to say it's Masters 101 is what he wants you to put down in the comments. But like I said, check out my description down below. Go over to his channel, subscribe to his channel. Like I said, he's got some great content. And get in on this contest, guys. So guys, real fast, I'm going to go ahead and go over to his page real fast. So once again, guys, it's Master of the 80's. And you can see he has a lot of content over there. So definitely go over there and check him out. I've been watching him for a pretty good while. He's a good buddy of mine. I highly recommend his channel, guys. Not only do you guys have a chance to get into a great contest, but I mean, look, you can see here he's got a ton of content. And if you guys are fans of boutique labels, anything 80's, this is your guy right here. And his just to have a chance to get in on this contest is a hell of a deal. So anyway, that's Masters of the 80's, guys. Let's get him up to 500. I think we can get there by Halloween. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started on this review. And also, if you can see down below real fast, if you look at this little banner down below, I have recently hit 400 subscribers. Now, that absolutely blows my damn mind. Guys, I can't tell you guys how much it means to me that you guys have supported this channel and took the time to subscribe and watch my content. I'm still learning every single time I do a video. My goal is to make every video at least 1% better. If I can improve on every video, eventually I'll actually get pretty good at this. I've learned a lot as far as, lighting and video and everything else. I'm still not by no means an expert at this stuff, but I'm having a great time, and I feel like my videos, if you go back and look at my first videos, I feel like they have definitely improved. And so my goal is to keep making these videos better and better, get better at the reviews. I know that as far as breaking down a movie and talking about my thoughts over a movie, guys, it's harder than it looks. To get on here and break down your ideas, I mean, it's almost like writing a book report back in high school. Never something I've been great at. But doing these reviews and really making them good and getting that information out to you guys is a very difficult process. And it's one that I'm trying to master, and I definitely have not done yet. So, for right now, I'm giving you guys the basic information, trying to do the best I can on the movies that I've watched to give y'all some better details. But just hang with me, guys. It's going to get better and better. And I do feel like I've come a long ways in the 3.5 months I've been doing this. So anyway, guys, all that being said, thank you again for subscribing. It means the world to me. I'm going to be working hard to try to get to 500 now. So if anybody has any ideas of things you'd like for me to talk about on the channel, etc., just let me know. I'm always trying to grow the channel to get some more ideas. All right, guys, I'm rambling on. I apologize. I just want to say how much it means to me that you guys have got me to 400. I have no other words. Just thank you. All right, so on with the review. So these first 5 titles are the ones, like I said, that were released in the month of September. And the first one we're going to talk about here is The Vigil. There's the front of the packaging. And this one is the back. And this one came out September 21st. It's still available from Screen Factory. And I'll go ahead and switch over real fast so you guys can see. I'm going to try to see if I can do better at this time. So you see this title here goes for $18.98. As I said, it was released on September 21st. And this movie, guys, I haven't ever heard of this. Not only have I not seen it, I've actually never heard of this movie. And as you see here, this movie is 89 minutes long. It came out in 2019, so it's a relatively new movie. And this is an IFC Midnight movie. And as you guys know, I'm usually a fan of the IFC Midnights. They usually are pretty decent films. This movie here stars Dave Davis, Menashe Lustig, Malky Goldman, Lynn Cohen. I'm not familiar with any of those names, guys. It's directed by a guy named Keith Thomas. So yeah, I'm interested in checking this one out. Don't know very much about it at all. But the basic premise of the movie is a man providing overnight watch to a deceased member of his former Orthodox Jewish community finds himself opposite a malevolent entity. And writer-director Keith Thomas' electrifying feature debut. Okay, maybe that's why we've never heard of him as his feature debut. So, yeah, guys, I'm always down for some IFC Midnight. For the most part, I would say 90% of the time, anything by IFC Midnight that I watch, I usually enjoy. So, again, guys, there's the front of the box. And there's the back. That's what you get for the cover there. Kind of a neat-looking cover. Kind of plain, but, not bad. Special features, you really don't get much. You get an audio descriptive track and a trailer. And that's pretty much it. Here's the disc art on the inside. And we do get some reversible artwork, which I'm always a fan of. And it's actually just a cover. So there's the other side there, guys. So yeah, that's The Vigil. And it's one of their new releases, and that's one thing I like about this company is most of the time when I order stuff from them, it is a blind buy. And it's a great way to find some new horror stuff. It's also a great way to find some horror shit. Some movies that are absolute garbage. But for the most part, I'm pretty happy with most of my Screen Factory pickups. The next movie I want to talk about is a movie called Masquerade. This came out on September the 14th. There's the front and there's the back. And we'll go ahead and get through the packaging before I go over to the other screen and give you guys some more basic details. No mind-blowing artwork, but not bad, just basic stuff. And on the inside, you don't have reversible artwork on this one. You just have a little image of the movie there. Now, this is a relatively new movie, guys. This was released from Screen Factory on September 14th. On September 14th, 2021. And we'll get over to the other screen here. And it goes for $18.98. And this movie came out in 2021. So this is basically a brand new movie. It almost makes me wonder if Scream Factory has something to do with putting this out. It looks like, yeah, actually they did. It came out from Shout Studios. The Shout Factory, which is obviously the mother company of Scream Factory, they must have released. So, cast and crew here, again, no names I recognize, but we'll go over real fast and we'll get an idea what this movie is about. A young girl struggles to survive after a group of home invaders break into her house to steal her family's priceless artwork. Pretty basic premise, could be good. It's again one of those movies that could either go one way or the other. It could be great, it could be terrible. I always like finding those hidden gems though, so sometimes you gotta swim through shit to find them. But alright, next up, we have 2 releases that they came out with, and every once in a while Scream Factory will come out with like surprise releases. They're basically previously unannounced releases that one day, at least for me anyway, you'll get on the website and you'll see that they release these limited runs. And it's usually movies that are like exclusive to like 1,500 units, which means after 1,500 it's gone. And it's just a kind of a way, I think, for them to sell a lot of copies really fast because, people have that, fear of missing out syndrome. And I know I'm guilty of that. And the funny thing is, the last time they did this, and I don't remember the last 2 titles it was off the top of my head, but I know that I missed out on one of them. And I ended up finding it on eBay maybe a month later, three weeks later for a pretty reasonable price, but it had gone up a little bit. But, when I seen these here, I jumped on them right away. And I ordered both of them. And I've had them now for probably about a week. And I just checked the website before I did this video, and they're still in stock. So, of course, I jump on them and be very proactive to go ahead and grab them, and they're still in stock. But these are 2 movies, guys, I have absolutely never heard of before. We're going to start off with this one here first. And that is Dead Space. That is the front. There's the back. Not very many special features at all. You get 2 versions of the film, including an extended cut, a new 2K scan of the inner positive for the extended cut. You get audio commentary, and you get a trailer. And we're going to switch over here, guys. There is something interesting about this movie that I want to point out to you guys. Real fast, the movie goes for $26.98. It was released September the 8th, and it says there, this shoutfactory.com exclusive is limited to 1,500 units. And this is a 1991 movie. You got a 72 and a 79-minute runtime because obviously you got the director's cut. And the interesting part about this, guys, if you look at the cast and crew, the number 1 person in the movie is Mark Singer. And anybody that has seen the recent Vinegar Syndrome release of Beastmaster, Mark Singer is the Beastmaster. And I have not seen him in many other titles. But the real interesting thing about this is if you go down a little further, you're going to run into somebody named Bryan Cranston, as you know from Walt and Breaking Bad. So, yeah, Bryan Cranston, he's one of my favorites, guys. And this is definitely something by him I've never seen or heard of. So when I did not know Bryan Cranston was in this until I started doing this video, and I went in to kind of get some more information about the movie. So, yeah, Mark Singer, Bryan Cranston, I didn't even know that existed, guys. So that alone makes me want to see this movie. Is it possible that it could be complete trash? Absolutely. So, but it's going to be fun to find out. But we're going to go over here to the IMDb and give you a general synopsis of the movie. Again, it came out in 1991. It doesn't say much here. It just says a deadly virus attacks the crew of a Saturn space station. So next up is another limited run release that Scream Factory put out at the same time. They announced Dead Space and this one at the same time. And this is a movie that Richard Burton and Bluebeard. I mean, sometimes Scream Factory comes up with some of this shit, and I'm just like, what in the hell is Bluebeard? Never heard of it, guys. Never heard of this movie at all. But I'm just going to go ahead and... There's also no reversible artwork on this one, guys. Just, there's the disc artwork, and there's the inside. And this one, for whatever reason, came with that damn recyclable case, which I absolutely hate. I don't know why that happens sometimes. Yeah, and hell, so did this one. Dead Space, why? Limited run release of 1,500, they put them in a recyclable case. Come on, Scream Factory, get your shit together. It's terrible. Alright, yeah, I want to save the plane as good as the next person, but let's don't do it with the price of my Blu-ray cases. That's terrible. Alright, so we're going to switch over to the other screen here real fast. And you see you got Bluebeard, $26.98, September 8th, 2021. And this movie has a runtime of 124 minutes, came out in 1972, so this is an old one, guys. And cast and crew, you got Richard Burton, Raquel Welch, and this movie was directed by Edward Dmytryk. If I'm saying that, Dmytryk. Don't recognize anybody else in this movie, absolutely at all. And I'm not very familiar with Richard Burton. I mean, I know his name, but I may have seen something from him in it, but I'm not sure. The general premise of the movie, a World War I pilot whom everybody envies as a, quote, lady killer, actually is one. After he beds the woman he's after, he murders her. Okay, so something to check out. So we're going to move on to the next title here. And this one here I'm actually super excited about. This was their collector's edition for the month of September. And that is Alone in the Dark. Beautiful artwork, guys. I mean, I love that cover. And for you guys that know anything at all about Scream Factory, you know that these collector's editions, usually with the slip covers, are just really great to own. And I'm a big fan of that artwork. And this is one that I've never seen, which is always fun. There's the inside there. There's the back. And you get the inside disc art. That's the inside disc work you get. And here is the reversible artwork. That is the original poster, and I actually prefer that, I think. Well, I'm not going to say that. I like their new artwork, but that's classic right there. And this is a movie, guys. I've seen that artwork in video stores back in the day again, and I just, for some reason, never watched it. It's funny. I really got into collecting these boutique labels over the last, year, maybe 2 years. Really just the last year. Beginning of the pandemic last year is when I really started getting into the boutique collecting. And I thought I was a horror fan, but there is so much shit that I've never seen before. It's kind of mind-blowing. But that being said, it's fun to be catching up now. All right, so we're going to go ahead and go to our other screen real fast, and we will find out some more about Alone in the Dark. So this came out September 14th, 2021 is when Scream Factory released it. It went for $28.43. This has a runtime of 93 minutes and a release date of 1982. And cast and crew, you have Jack Palance. Everybody loves Jack Palance. Donald Pleasance, Mr. Halloween himself. Donald Pleasance. Anything with Donald Pleasance in it, I'm going to watch. Martin Landau. Got some big names in this. Martin Landau, you don't see him do too many things in horror, and that's our Jack Palance. And so that's interesting. And this was directed by Jack Shoulder. All right, let's see what else we can find out about Alone in the Dark. Now, this being a collector's edition, I am going to take the time to go through the special features here. You get a new 2K scan of the Intrapositive, a new Out of the Dark, an interview with director and co-writer Jack Shoulder, the new Mother Choppers documentary called The Sick Fucks, Remember Alone in the Dark, new Sights in the Dark, the locations of Alone in the Dark, a new audio commentary with genre film critic Justin Kurzweil and film historian Amanda Reyes. Audio commentary with director Jack Shoulder. Bunky Lives, an interview with actress Carol Levy. Still effing sick. Catching up with the... I'm just going to say it the way it reads, guys. Still fucking sick. Catching up with the sick fucks. Theatrical trailer, TV spot, radio spots, and still gallery. So yeah, it's, as most collector's edition guys, they put a lot of new stuff on here. It makes it a really deep release to watch because not only do you get some new insight on the movie, you get some new information from the cast and crew, and it's one of the reasons why I'm such a fan of these boutique labels. You're not going to get this kind of stuff on a Paramount or a Warner Brothers or Disney release. They're going to repackage it, upgrade the visuals and audio a little bit, and they're going to send it to the store. Scream Factory has a team that'll go out and find these old cast members, find these old directors, and give you the new interviews. And for collectors, guys, I mean, I love it. So that is the September releases, the new releases from Scream Factory. And next, we're going to get into the other things, the other items that I got in this haul. And there's a pretty fair stack here. Now, the rest of these titles have all come from Hamilton Books. And that's HamiltonBooks.com. If you guys are not familiar, and I'm not affiliated with this channel at all, I am literally just a fan of what they got going on over there. They have added well over 100 Scream Factory titles over the last couple of weeks, maybe month or so. And I know when I went through and I was kind of adding to my wish list the titles they've added that I do not own, And if you have been watching this channel even for a little while, you know I have a ton of Scream Factory titles. They had over 93. They had 93 titles that I put into my wish list that I still needed to own. So obviously I couldn't get 93 titles at one time. So I kind of just went through and I kind of did it by cheapest to most expensive. And I just ordered like 8 or 9 of the cheapest. And then I went in again a few days later, a week later, and ordered like 8 or 9 more of the least expensive. And kind of did, that's how I kind of did it. And so I still got, I think that 93 wish list is down to like 60 something now. So I'm getting it whittled down. But the real good thing about Hamilton books, there's actually a couple things that I like about them. One, their packaging is always fantastic. Two, the shipping is really quick. If I place an order with Hamilton books, I got a tracking number set at my house definitely within a week. Usually it's about 4 days. So I have no complaints as far as that goes. It's definitely better than some of the other places I get stuff online from. Enough about that, guys. Check them out. What I'm going to do with this here is I'm actually going to bring up these releases that I got from Hamilton Books, whatever, so you guys can kind of see the prices I got them for. Because the last time I did one of these videos, I told you it was between a range. But this will give you kind of an idea if you're on the fence of buying these titles or not. This will kind of show you exactly what you're going to pay for these titles as of right now. And I'm filming this video on October 2nd of 2021. All right, we're going to get started here with the first one. And the first one on the list here, and again, I have not seen any of these. So I can't give you my opinion on any of these movies. It's just going to be the packaging, the price, and just, you know, special feature stuff like that. So the first one, guys, that I picked up from Hamilton Books is The Soul Collector. And I remember when this came out last year from Scream Factory, and I just remember this title. And I've seen a few people talk about this movie here, and I've heard some pretty good things about it. But we'll go ahead and switch over here, and we'll talk about it real quick. So, you see, this was released August 4th of 2020 from Scream Factory. It goes for $15.99, and Hamilton Books has it for $11.95. This movie is 100 minutes long, and it was originally released in 2019. The synopsis of the movie is, in an attempt to start a new life with his young, fragmented family, bankrupt William Zeal returns to the farm he inherited from his estranged father. Lazarus, the farmhand who took care of William's father in his lonely final hours, reappears soon after. William, Sarah, and his adopted daughter Mary arrive. A supposed chance meeting between Mary and Lazarus develops into a bond between two kindred spirits. But Lazarus carries a dark secret, a demon child with an insatiable appetite for human souls. So that, you know, it could be good, it could be bad, just like most of these guys are going to be. But yeah, that's the Soul Collector, guys. I don't think there's any big names in this. Yeah, nothing I see here. Directed by Harold Holscher. So that could be a interesting watch. We'll just have to wait and see. There's Soul Collector. All right, moving on. Next we have Island of Terror. There's the cover there, and this does have some reversible artwork. There is the disc art. It's got some nice disc art there. And I will show you guys the other side of the artwork. Now, that is definitely not a good cover there, guys. I definitely prefer that one there. Yeah, that ain't good. Alright, so anyway, I like that one cover better. I'm definitely going to use that one. Anyway, it was released by Scream Factory on June 20th of 2017. $15.97. And on Hamilton Books, it goes for $11.95. This movie stars Alan Ramson, Carol Gray, and directed by Terrence Fisher. It has a runtime of 87 minutes, and it was originally released in 1966. And this says, the tranquil island is suddenly rocked by the mysterious death of a local farmer. When he is found in a cave, not a trace of bone left in his body, he has been reduced to a horrible, shapeless mass. Enter eminent pathologist Dr. Brian Stanley, played by horror icon Peter Cushing. Peter Cushing's in this. And Dr. David West, a brilliant bone specialist working together in a desperate race against time. They must find a way to destroy the seemingly indestructible, ever-multiplying horde of bone-eating creatures before the mutant monsters kill everyone on the island and spread like a deadly plague across the entire planet. This chilling horror film is directed by the talented Hammer Films veteran director Terrence Fisher, who did Horror of Dracula, The Curse of Frankenstein, and The Mummy. So again, that is Island of Terror. So next up, we got one that looks batshit crazy, but of course a lot of these titles do, and that is Attack of the Puppet People. Yeah, pretty crazy looking title there, crazy looking cover. And this is the old black and white movie. This was released by Scream Factory on November 14th of 2017. Goes for $15.97 and $11.95 on Hamilton Books. It has a runtime of 79 minutes and a production date of 1958. And this has a very strange synopsis. Dr. Franz is a kindly old silver-haired doll maker who turns people into living puppets. He then forces his human reinventions to put on parties and sing to him. That just sounds crazy. But one day, tired of being toyed with, the puppets launch an attack, and suddenly Dr. Franz finds he'd better stop playing and stop praying, because the miniature Moppets are hell-bent on revenge. Directed by cult filmmaker Burt I. Gordon, who did Empire of the Ants and The Amazing Colossal Man, the film features an all-star cult movie cast including John Agar from Nightbreed, The Mole People, and the Brain from Planet Arouse, John Hoyt, and Susan Gordon. So yeah, that's the Attack of the Puppet People, guys. So I don't know. Next up, we have Windows. Now, I have heard of this movie, and I have not seen it, but this does star Miss Balboa herself. Talia Shire is in this. And you get no reversible, there she is right there. You used to get no reversible cover art. There's the disc art. And we're going to flip over to the other screen. And this movie here was released by Scream Factory on July 4th of 2017. And it goes for $15.97. We're starting to see a little trend here in the price. And over here you get it for $11.95. And cast and crew, you got Barry Siegel, Elizabeth Ashley. Talia Shire's on further down there, so I wonder if she has a small role in it. They're just using it to kind of promote. And it's directed by Gordon Willis. And this has a runtime of 94 minutes and a production date of 1980. And this says the withdrawn and recently divorced Emily, played by Talia Shire, lives a lonely existence. But after enduring a bizarre assault at the hands of a stranger, Emily finds both comfort and friendship in her neighbor, Andrea. As Emily contends with the fact that her attacker still stalks the street, she slowly discovers that there is more to her new acquaintance, Andrea, beyond her helpful facade. Something that becomes a window to the dark soul of depraved obsession. Directed by acclaimed cinematographer Gordon Willis, The Godfather and Annie Hall, and featuring a score by the legendary Ennio Morricone, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, the Hateful Eight, Windows is a dark and controversial thriller of lust and psychological pain. Yeah, these synopses makes this movie sound really, really good. I just hope that they hold up to be as good as they sound. But I like Talia Shire. Kind of excited about that one. All right, next up, we have another old one here. We have Blood from the Mummy's Tomb. And there is the inside, guys. There's that. There's the disc art. And you got some reversible cover art there. All right, let's find out about Blood from the Mummy's Tomb. This one goes for $21.99 on the Scream Factory website. Originally released on September 10th, 2019. And you get it from Hamilton Books for $15.95. The cast and crew on this one here, nobody that really stands out, to me anyway. Directed by Seth Holt, not sure who that is. This one was 94 minutes long and originally released in 1971. Year I was born. All right. The synopsis is, a British expedition in Egypt discovers the ancient sealed tomb of the evil Queen Tara. But when one of the archaeologists steals a mysterious ring from the corpse's severed hand, he unleashes a relentless curse upon his beautiful daughter. Is the voluptuous young woman now a reincarnation of the diabolical sorceress? So that is Blood from the Mummy's Tomb. All right, next up we have one that, and this looks like a Walmart special to me. This looks like one that if it didn't have that Scream Factory logo on the back of it, I probably never would have grabbed this one. But that is Mermaid Lake of the Dead. Now, I have already flipped the cover on this one here. I will show you what the other cover looked like because I wasn't a big fan of it. And this is my favorite of the two covers. But that's the other cover there. And that really just looks like something off the Walmart shelf to me. But yeah, maybe that's just me, guys. So this one goes for $18.97. It was released by Screen Factory on February 5th of 2019. And it goes on Hamilton Books website for $14.95. Has a runtime of 90 minutes and a production date of 2018. It's kind of a cool little image there. It says, for years she has lurked in the depths, waiting. Once a young woman sent to a tragic and watery grave, she has since become something unholy. Cursed to swim the waters in which she met her untimely death, the mermaid has risen once again. This unspeakable, wraith-like creature hungers for love, and set her hook for Marina's fiancé, Roman. The bond between Marion and Roman is steadfast and true, but if you spurn the mermaid, she'll punish you and take from you what you love most. Now locked in a desperate battle with pure and dying evil, Marina must overcome her fear of the dark water to save all that she holds dear from a terrifying fate. And I don't recognize any names of this, guys. The director, I can't even pronounce. I'm not even going to try. So that is what we got. I mean, this, who knows, guys, this might be a hidden gem, but to me, this one looks like, not going to judge. I'm not going to judge. I keep telling myself I'm not going to judge these titles till I watch them, because some of these are really out there. But, you know, that's kind of what I like. All right. Next up, we have one called Pledge. There's the front, and there's the back. You do got some reversible cover art on this one here. And there's your disc art. So you go over to the website, we'll find out about a Pledge. It goes for $18.97, released April 2nd, 2019. Hamilton Books has it for $14.95. And this one was originally released in 2018, and runtime is 78 minutes. No real noticeable special features that really stand out. It says 3 friends get the chance to live their college dream when they're invited to join an elite fraternity. But first, they'll have to survive the hazing from hell. Freshman social misfits Ethan, David, and Justin are desperate to improve their terminally uncool reputations by pledging to one of their university's prestigious Greek houses. When every frat on campus turns them down, they are unexpectedly recruited by a shadowy social club offering them access to an exclusive world of raging parties, eligible co-eds, and a VIP social status. The catch? A sadistic initiation ritual that goes from depraved to deadly over the course of 48 booze and blood-soaked hours. Cast and crew on this one here, again, guys, nothing that stands out here as being notable. Directed by Daniel Robbins. So that is the Pledge. Alright, moving on to the next one, guys. I'm going to try to speed this up a little bit. I got a lot to get through here. Next I have I Trapped the Devil. This is one I believe I have heard of, but I have never seen. No reversible artwork, you just get the disc art there. And this one goes for $18.97. It was released August 20th, 2019. Hamilton Books has it for $14.95. Runtime of 82 minutes. Production date 2019. Cast, hopefully I'm not missing anybody notable. I don't see anybody. It was directed by Josh Lobo. Christmas is supposed to be a time for peace and joyful family reunions. But when Matt and his wife Karen show up unannounced at the home of his estranged brother Steve to celebrate the holidays, they are instead greeted with a horrifying surprise. Trapped in Steve's basement is a man, but not just any man. Steve believes that his hostage is none other than the devil himself. As shock and skepticism turn to fear and paranoia, Matt and Karen find themselves facing a terrifying quandary. Is Steve dangerously unhinged, or could the mysterious stranger really be the embodiment of evil? Either way, the stage is set for a true Christmas from hell in this provocative holiday horror. Yeah, that sounds pretty great, guys. I'm kind of interested in that one. So yeah, moving on. And that's I Trapped the Devil. That's one there that sounds like it could be a good time. You guys keep that one in mind. Now this next one here, I'm pretty sure that I've seen this one here. I'm not 100% sure, but this is the movie Strays. And this one stars Timothy Busfield, which most of you might know as Poindexter from Revenge of the Nerds. I haven't seen him in a whole lot else, whatever, so it would be interesting to see him play a different character. And there is the reversible. Now Strays, I'm almost positive I've seen this. This was released on July 16th of 2019 by Screen Factory. It goes for $18.97. And has a list price on Hamilton Books for $14.95. Runtime of 83 minutes. Production date of 1991. And cast and crew real fast. We have Kathleen Quinlan, Timothy Busfield, and it was directed by John McPherson. All right, this basically, the plot of this movie basically is Paul, played by Timothy Busfield, and Lindsay Jarrett buy a remote country home unaware of the mysterious circumstances surrounding the former owner's death. Convinced the house is the perfect place to raise their daughter, the young couple settles in, little suspecting that their dream home is surrounded by an uncontrollable feral cat population. But before they can call animal control, a cat marks their bedroom as his territory. And Lindsay finds herself and her child terrorized by swarms of cats in the midst of a punishing rainstorm. Paul returns to find his house in chaos and must battle the felines for possession of his home and family in the spine-tingling chiller directed by award-winning cinematographer John McPherson and written by producer, pop star, actor Sean Cassidy. Okay. So yeah, that sounds interesting. And I still feel that I have seen this movie, but I really won't know until I watch it, because if I've seen it, it's been years, and I don't remember anything about it. That just looks familiar. So Strays. It might have just been one I rented back in the day. Now this next one, I have seen a few other people review this movie, and I've heard some good and some bad, but really don't know a whole lot else. And that is called The Brain. And I have heard that this is kind of a batshit crazy movie. This was released April 30th, 2019 by Screen Factory. It goes for $19.99. You can get it on Hamilton Books right now for $14.95. And now this has got a lot of special features. You see right there where all the news, that's all new features they got for this release. And we'll go through that real fast. You get a new 2K scan of the original negative. You get new audio commentary with director Ed Hunt. New audio commentary with composer Paul Zaza. A new audio commentary with actor Tom Breshan. New documentaries, Canada on the Mind, an interview with actress Cynthia Preston. From Monster Kid to Monster Man, an interview with actor George Buza. Brain Art, an interview with assistant art director Michael Brothwork. And Food for Thought, a love letter to the brain. And you get a stills gallery. 94 minutes long, released in 1988. Any stars in this, guys? David Gale. David Gale sounds familiar. And directed by Ed Hunt. So yeah, that's The Brain, guys. We'll switch back over real fast, and I don't think I showed you the cover art front and back of this one here. But there's The Brain. There's the back. No reversible cover art, but you do get some inside artwork, and there's the nice disc art there. So yeah, that will be one I'll be checking out soon. Now this next one up is called Depraved. Pretty cool looking cover there. There's the front and back. Oh, this one here you get a nice little booklet. You know, nothing fancy, but you know, it's always a nice little surprise. And this is a 2-disc set. This has a Blu-ray and a DVD. And no reversible artwork on this one here. If I remember correctly, this is a spin-off of the Frankenstein story. I think I have heard of this one. This was released by Screen Factory on January 7th of 2020. It goes for $18.97. And Hamilton Books has it right now for $14.95. Yeah, features, you know, just regular fare there. You get an audio commentary with writer-director Larry Fessenden. A few other documentaries, theatrical trailer. Runtime 114 minutes. Production date 2019. Yep, The Legend of Frankenstein gets a provocative modern update into the stylishly disturbing film from indie horror master Larry Fessenden. Suffering from PTSD following his stint as an army medic, Henry now works feverishly in his Brooklyn laboratory to forget the death he witnessed overseas, by creating life in the form of a man cobbled together from body parts. After he procures a brain from an unwitting victim, his creation, Adam, is born. Soon it becomes apparent that giving life to Adam was the easy part. Now teaching him how to live in a dark and troubled world may be perilous. A complex, emotionally shattering tale about what it means to be human. Depraved reimagines Mary Shelley's immortal fable as a modern-day tale of terror. So yeah, sounds like it could be fun, guys. I like the old Frankenstein movies, and modern telling the Frankenstein story. That could be interesting. All right, moving forward, we have an old one here, guys, and that is Edgar Allan Poe's Murderers in the Rue Morgue. Kind of a cool cover there. And this is an old black and white. I think this is a 30s or 40s movie, if I remember correctly. There's your other artwork there. And we will flip over and learn a little more about this title. So, released by Scream Factory on December 17th, 2019. It goes for $18.97. And on Hamilton Books, it goes for $14.95. Alright, cast and crew. This has got Bela Lugosi in it, which is obviously a huge name. Don't recognize the other names, guys, but this is an old movie. That doesn't mean nothing. Just to give you an idea how old this movie is, it has a 61-minute runtime, guys. This is a TV show. And it came out in 1932. And the basis of this movie is just absolutely batshit crazy. A deranged scientist, Dr. Miracle, searches Paris for a prospective bride for his pet gorilla. Inviting young ladies to his laboratory, he injects his victims with a gorilla blood and then disposes of their ravaged bodies through a trapdoor. It goes on from there, guys, but you get the gist. This is kind of a crazy one. And it goes for $14.95 over there. I don't know if I did that or not. And $18.97. All right. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that one, guys. I'm just going to move on. That one might not be my speed. All right. So next up here we have Trespassers. And this is an IFC Midnight. It did come with a slipcover, which is always a nice welcome surprise. There's the front. There's the back. And you got your disc art and just reverse. No reversible on this, guys. Just the image in the back. And we will flip over real fast and we will take a look at Trespassers. It goes for $15.99. It was originally released on January 7th of 2020. It goes for $11.95 on Hamilton Books. And this has an 87-minute runtime, and the original release date was 2018. All right, it says two couples working through relationship issues rent a gorgeous house in the desert for a sex and drug-fueled escape from reality. Sarah and Estelle are longtime best friends looking forward to reconnecting after a period apart. Their boyfriends, Joseph and Victor, however, are immediately wary of one another. As tensions escalate over the course of a debaucherous night, things take an unexpected turn when a woman claiming to have car trouble shows up at the door. She's perfectly harmless, or so they think. As the twists and turns pile up, so does the body count in this stylish, blood and neon-soaked thriller, which hits with the ferocious force of a machete to the skull. Yeah, that sounds interesting, guys, and that is kind of a crazy-looking cover there. So that is Trespassers, another IFC Midnight. Actually, these next two are going to be, make sure I'm not telling you guys a story. Yeah, this next one here is going to be an IFC Midnight, and this one is Rust Creek. Now, I think I mentioned at the beginning of this video that I had never seen any of these movies. I have actually seen this movie. As I was going through this, whenever I did realize I have seen this. I want to say it was Shudder I seen this on, but it may have been one of the other streaming services, but I'm pretty sure it was Shudder. And this is, guys, I can actually recommend this movie. This is a solid release. There's the other artwork. And I went into this just either look for something to watch, and I ended up, when it was over with, thinking I kind of enjoyed that. So we're going to go over and read a little more about Rust Creek, guys. So I can't really recommend any of these movies because I hadn't seen them, but I have definitely seen this one, and this is a recommend for me. Alright, it says, an ordinary woman must summon extraordinary courage to survive a nightmare odyssey in the backwoods of Rust Creek in this harrowing survival thriller. Sawyer is an ambitious, overachieving college senior with a seemingly bright future. While on her way to a job interview, a wrong turn leaves her stranded deep in the frozen Kentucky woods. Suddenly she finds herself facing her own mortality as she's punished by the elements and pursued by a band of ruthless outlaws. With nowhere left to turn, Sawyer is forced into an uneasy alliance with Lau, an enigmatic loner with shadowy intentions, and perhaps her only chance to escape Rust Creek alive. Has 108 108-minute runtime, and production date is 2018. So guys, I mean, if you don't check any of these other movies out, check this one out here. This was a pretty solid movie. So yeah, I'm glad to own that one, guys. That was a nice little surprise there. All right, next up we got Witches in the Woods, and this one does have a slipcover, but it is not an IFC release. There's Witches in the Woods, the evil is waiting for them, and there's the inside. No reversible, just some inside artwork. So this one was released on June 2nd, 2020. It goes for $15.99, and on Hamilton Books website you can get it for $11.90. There's a runtime of 90 minutes, production date 2019, no cast that I recognize. So yeah, guys, that's Witches in the Woods. Don't know much about it. It says, Jill, a tenacious college freshman, abandons her studies for an off-the-grid snowboarding trip with her friends. But after the sun has dipped below the horizon, their SUV mysteriously becomes lost in the freshly logged mountains, eventually running out of gas and leaving them stranded. As the temperature falls, the tension within the group ratchets up, and a metaphorical, then all too literal, witch hunt ensues. Yeah, that's one of those movies there, guys, that can just be real shitty, or be, okay. I don't see that one being... Guys, it's hard not to judge some of these movies by their covers, but you don't judge a book by its cover, I know. But sometimes it's hard not to do it. Alright, the last one we got in this collection update, guys, is Grave of the Vampire. Interesting cover there. And there's your artwork, and they're reversible. There's your disc work on that. And we're going to flip over to this other screen, and we will finish up this last review, and we will be done, guys. Alright, so this goes for $19.99 on Screen Factory's website. It was originally released on April 16th, 2019. You can grab this one from Hamilton Books for $14.95. And it has a runtime of 95 minutes and a production date of 1972. It says, the vampire Caleb Croft has awakened from his unholy slumber. With an insatiable lust for blood and the pleasures of the flesh, a brutal attack on a pair of lovers allows for his desire to be temporarily fulfilled. But his unspeakable acts leave the woman pregnant with his child. Ignoring all advice, she gives birth to this unwanted union. James, who will only drink blood from his mother's breast. As James matures, he learns of his father's true nature and sets out to destroy him. You get a couple new features with this one. You get a new commentary with author historian Troy Howarth. A new commentary with film historians Nathaniel Thompson and Howard Berger. You got some deleted scenes, some theatrical trailers. 95-minute runtime. Came out in 1972. And nobody in this, guys, that I recognize. Yeah, I don't see anybody in this that I recognize. Of course, this is an old movie. And directed by John Hayes, for those that may know him. But yeah, that's Grave of the Vampire, guys. But yeah, that's gonna finish this collection update. And I see other people do this, and I've always wanted to give this a try. And this, because I'm not the most coordinated fella in the room, but I'm gonna do what's this called, the elevator. We'll give this a try. Yeah, it might be better if all the titles were the same way, right? But yeah, definitely I think this is my biggest Screen Factory haul so far. But guys, I appreciate you guys watching this video. For those that are still here, you guys are awesome. So I know these videos can get a little long sometimes when I'm doing these big, big collections like this. But for you guys to stick it out, let me know down below. If you're still watching this video now, just let me know down below whatever, and let me know what your favorite movie is. Just put your favorite movie out of all these titles, the one you're the most excited about, down in the comments below, so I know that somebody's still watching this video. And if you are, I commend you. I commend you, and I appreciate it. Because that must mean there's something I'm doing that is keeping you guys around. I appreciate every single one of you. As it says down below, I've been beating y'all to death with this banner down here. I apologize for that. But I just hit 400 subscribers. And guys, it's mind-blowing. It's absolutely mind-blowing. It seems like just not long ago, I just hit 300. So you guys have been doing a great job supporting my channel. I can't say how much I appreciate it. I'm going to keep working on my content, trying to give you guys better and better content. And I just started my October, I'm calling it 31 Screams. And I'm basically going to watch a different Screen Factory title each day of the month of October. And I'm going to post on, I'm not going to say what it is. I'm not giving my list out, right now. But basically what I'm going to be doing is every single day I will post on Instagram and Letterboxd the movie I'm watching. And then every Sunday I'm going to do a video talking about the movies I watched for that week. Giving you guys my thoughts, my opinion, my whatever about the movie. And I just thought that's what I wanted to do. This is my first Halloween, or first October, since I started my channel about 3 or 4 months ago. And I felt like I need to do something special for Halloween. It's like one of my favorite holidays, my favorite times of the year. I'm a big horror fan, obviously. And I really wanted to do something special with you guys for October. So that's what I decided to do this year. So, if you got any more questions, I got another video that kind of goes into more detail about what I'm doing for October. Please follow me on Instagram. I'll be sure to link all my information down below, and I'll probably pop it up during this video somewhere. But I'm on TikTok, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitter, and I'm on Letterboxd. And I don't do a whole lot on Twitter, but you can find me. The best way to get in touch with me is on Instagram. I'm always on Instagram. You can message me there. I'm sure I check that many times a day, and I'm pretty good about getting back to you pretty quick. So if anybody has any thoughts, any opinions, any whatever, I'm open to always chat with you guys. I love all the comments. All right, guys, I'm going to get on out of here. You guys have a great afternoon, a great weekend, and I will be back real soon with another video. You guys take care.